Long day, that 2 long games and a lot of time on the field. I was proud of the effort of. Well, let me start. I thought LSU responded well to in game 3, and they put on a great tournament here. The staff and the university and all the athletic department personnel first class. The trainers first class. Um, just a really good, really good regional. And then I thought LSU obviously played a really good tournament, and Coach Karina had them well prepared. And tip your hat to them. Um, I was thrilled with the effort of my fall club today. I thought they played well. I thought they played hard. I was really proud of Ciara Bryant. Really had a good day, and um, Kendra Lamb, outstanding. Really good development from her this year. And she's worked hard for 3 years. You think about a kid like Kendra Lamb leaves their country, comes across the world, around the world, all the way from Australia at 18 years old, and just worked so hard. And since the day she got here, has been willing to do anything I asked her to, red shirt, sit out all of last year, and just continue to develop and respond in any way we ask. So really proud of her and the performance of her. And then I guess the last thing I want to be sure and touch on just how good the senior class is and what they give to our program. Summer Ellison, a miracle for a coach to walk onto a campus and, when you walked in and, you see her, Summer Ellison, 20 innings in 2 years, and then her win 99 games for our coaching staff and for our team over this last 3.5 years is just a miracle to get a player like her and all of the tremendous performances that we've seen her, 18 strikeouts against Baylor and 20 strikeouts against Evansville and no hitters and just so many things she's done for our program and to help elevate it. And, we've thrown the kid like, 39 wins, 47 appearances in 2019, where she just went out and put us on her back. And, and it's a lot of innings and a lot of pitches over these last 4 years. And, still turned in a phenomenal year for us. And so really grateful for her. And then right on down the line, Julie Rawls, a tremendous player, and and Alyssa Dalton and Caitlin Alderink and Ciara Bryant and Justice Mills and just so many of them. Casey Dixon. They've all been here and been great teammates and great players for us. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that class.
Coach, what do you think made Kendra so effective today? I mean, she pitched just fabulous.
A lot of hard work over 3 years. Like she's really put in her effort, and not only here, goes back home last year during the COVID break, and she made tremendous development over the COVID break with Jim Smith down in the Australian pitching coach with their national team, and he deserves phenomenal credit because she came back totally different player in the beginning of August than when she left in March, and so not just hard work here, but hard work year round, and then she's got great tools. It's hard to find the tools that she has, and she's very extremely intelligent. I've been doing film sessions with her the last 3 weeks, and I was just shocked at how quick she picks things up and how observant she is, and to work with her was really eye-opening on her intelligence.
So talk about the decision to start her again. Was it easy after the first one, or were you worried about the pitch count and all?
Well, she had 96 pitches or 97 pitches, and yeah, she's gone to 130, 125, and my main concern, I didn't want to leave her out there too long, but I thought she was doing so well, and I would definitely want to give her a chance to win both games. And yeah, I don't know, it was a hard decision or easy decision, but it was a decision we made.
Talk about offense.
Seeing Kilponen twice, the first game was a lot closer than this one. What was the biggest difference, either from your team or the way she pitched you guys?
I thought she did really a good job of coming back in game 2 and using the off speed a lot more. And that's her. And Coach Torina's really a great pitching coach and a great tactician and a great coach of the game. And, they made that decision to go to the changeup is obvious. And I thought the ball she was struggling a little bit with her control, it looked like, and the ball was going low, but it tended to work well. And I think I got a lot of good ground balls to second, easy ground balls to second base because she was getting she's normally a up pitcher or a flat pitcher, rise ball, curve ball type pitcher. And we kept getting on top and getting ground balls were turned into easy outs with their infield, which was stellar the whole weekend.
Coach, the first inning, you guys had your opportunities. You had the bases loaded. You had a runner thrown out at third. How much did that really just take the wind out of your sails that you guys weren't able to capitalize and get more there?
Yeah, we come out with one run, and we wanted to come out with more. And once you get the lead, you want to be aggressive. And, we gambled on the steal of third. And it's a play where you read the shortstop. If the shortstop's there, you can go back. And Caitlin thought she was going to make it, and that's her first caught stealing all year. You take those odds, you're 15 for 15, and she stole third, I think 5-6 times and never been caught. And she made the decision she could make it, and they made a perfect throw. I mean, if they missed that throw, you clear the bases, and they made the throw and they made the play, and it's just a great example of what they did, and that's how you end up winning. And then we still loaded the bases. Even after that, we loaded the bases. And I think the one thing in my mind, I had Bailey Curry going to go in and pinch hit right then because I had exactly what I wanted. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And, I go up and Bailey's saying, hey, they're struggling with lefties. They're struggling with lefties. And taught me out of putting her in right there. And I'll forever wonder what would have happened if I would have went ahead and trusted my instincts there. But, that's the kind of game it was. And you win and you lose. And sometimes it hurts. It hurts a lot worse when you lose.
Coach, if I could, I just want to get your thoughts on the good that comes out of these two teams playing. I know you guys are playing in the regular season now. That's something that didn't take place in the past. Big crowds. It's always going to be intense, but it looks like you guys are doing it the right way now.
Oh, yeah. It's a great privilege to get to play at an opponent like LSU and a great coaching staff. And, it's really I think it's turned into a really good rivalry with the kids. But I think it's the biggest benefit and I think it's for the kids, the high school and travel ball kids and junior high kids in the area and in the state of Louisiana. Gives them a rivalry that they can look at and highlights our sport, spotlights our sport. And I think that's mainly the biggest obligation we have as university programs and coaches is to, don't back away from competition, get after it and get after each other. And we get after it on the field, but nothing but the greatest respect for Coach Tarina and Coach Dobson and Lefty and all the people here. And, we want it to continue. It's a great rivalry.
Coach, how do you pinpoint your lack of offense for lack of hitting from most of the regional? Just the pitching seemed much better than the hitting.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I thought we'd come in after last week. We come out. I said, if we don't hit well in the regional coming out of this Sun Belt tournament, I don't know what we got to do because, I felt so good about the kids, the way they saw the ball. And we saw good pitching in the Sun Belt. You look at the teams we saw, they're in the NCAA tournament, and they're winning games in the NCAA tournament, and they got quality arms and they're quality coaches. So I don't know, mentality, maybe it's, if you look across the country, I see a lot of 1-0 games. I see a lot of games being played at low scores in the regional. And I think to some degree, there's always a little extra pressure, a little extra emotional challenges you got to overcome. And maybe that had something to do with it. All right, thank you.
Kind of on the first pitch there to start the game.
I didn't hear what he said. Hey, I didn't hear what you said.
That's okay. Just talk about hitting a home run for the second time against LSU to start the game like that. Were you looking for a certain pitch, or how did all that happen?
Not really. I wanted to be aggressive in the previous game. I took a lot of first pitch strikes and I didn't really help myself. So I wanted to help myself and help the team by being aggressive in my at bat. She was going to throw a strike, so I needed to swing.
Just talk about today, getting the win and hanging in there, and then losing. What kind of day was it for y'all?
I mean, getting that first win was really important because it was like a momentum setter. Like they didn't have anything to lose, but we had everything to lose. And so we wanted to come out, fight, show them that we deserve to be there for that second game. And what was important was the first game. Can't get to the second game if we don't win the first game. Won the first game, had a little bit of time to reset, recuperate. And I mean, the result wasn't what we wanted the second game, but I know I left it on the field as so much as everybody else on the field. No regrets. I'm swinging. I'm not looking. You're swinging. You're not looking. We was just laughing. You know, it was sad, but we was all just laughing like, hey, I'm swinging. If it's there, I'm swinging. So, yeah.
Ciara, what's kind of the biggest thing that you'll take away from this season? I know there was a lot of highs, a lot of lows, but just kind of overall, what's your perspective and what do you take away from this year?
From my perspective, I think the biggest thing would be just really owning in together as one. We're not doing it for our name and the individuality and the stats and whatnot, just learning that I'm doing it for the girl beside me and she's doing it for the girl in front of her and behind her, and nobody's doing it alone. So you shouldn't feel like you're doing it alone because this is a team sport. So I mean, throughout the highs and the lows, I think that's the one big takeaway is team above me. And I think we grasped that this weekend.
Ciara, this is obviously a disappointing way for the year to end. What was kind of the mood like? I know you guys said there was a little laughing around, but what was the mood like in this final circle and there in the dugout?
The mood was kind of upsetting just because of the score, but we kind of were, I mean, not to say we were laughing about it because that's not what we were doing. It was kind of just like, okay, well, look, this is where we are. We're in the bottom of the sixth or the bottom of the seventh or the top of the sixth or top of the seventh. And this is what we have to do. We have to get the tying run on deck. Now we got to get the tying run up to the plate. I don't know. Once it got down to the 3 outs, it's like, okay, everybody, one at bat's not going to win the game. You got to find a way to get on, whether it's getting hit by a pitch, hitting something and beating it out, you know, just string the hits together. So I don't know. It was just upsetting, sad feeling kind of.
To kind of piggyback off of that, I mean, you guys, even being down, I think 7-1 at one point, I mean, it was just, you guys kept battling till the final out. Was that something, I mean, what kind of gave y'all the mental fortitude to do that towards the end of the game? Was it something Coach Glaso said? Was it something y'all decided? Just kind of take me through what kind of allowed you guys to keep battling like that.
Just remembering that the game's not over until the game is over and that we need to get the tying run to the plate. Like, that's always the goal. Like, okay, we're losing. Okay, cool. Game plan, get the tying run to the plate, on deck or whatnot, and just fight for your teammates. If you're not doing it for yourself or the name, do it for your teammates, do it for the seniors. I mean, us fellow seniors were talking before the game and during the game, like, if this is my last at bat, this is what I'm doing. I promise you, I told like 5 people, if I get one more at bat, I'm swinging at the first pitch. And as soon as I swung at the first pitch, I'm like, oh my goodness, now I got another pitch. It was just, I was really banking on hitting the first pitch. But, you know, I was just fighting, and so were my teammates, and I was fighting for everybody. They were fighting for all of us because the game's not over till the umpire says ball game.
Any other questions for Ciara?